chance. You ain't got no bands, you ain't got no fans. Do the money dance, do the money dance. Dance, honey, dance for me. This is money dance. I got money, honey, dance for me.
You can see me when I'm in my zone. King of the throne, and the beat is my pose. The top is my home. You my dog, and I throw you a bone. SpongeBob, I'm chillin' with Patrick Mahomes. Bird's eye view like I'm a drone. Coming at you like a attack of the clones. When I come and got the heat when it's cold. Don't get exposed. No, I don't fuck with no regular hoes. We do this shit on no regular hoes. My time to get it. If you think I owe you, my niggas still I'm trying to get it back. Ain't no competition where I'm living at. Get your wig split and get your wig snapped. All that fake shit, I ain't hearing that. You the money dance, you count big racks.
What it do, what it do? Live from the pit that don't give a shit once again.
This is Fuck Your Opinion, the podcast.
With me, your man Toucan Dan.
Don Gotti Nash.
Your man Lova. And what we got, man? I'm sorry, I'm talking about
Big Flowell.
Big Flowell. Y'all don't know? Get in tune. That was from these two gentlemen over here. Let them go ahead and introduce themselves.
What's up, y'all? Fuck Your Opinion. It's your boy Joshh G in the building.
And you know it's Young Arthur, and we under Big House Entertainment. Big House Entertainment.
And what was the name of the joint we just
Money Dance. Money Dance is the biggest smash in 2020.
Hey, so as you see, we got it. You know what I mean? We got the raw talent. This DMV finest. We always gonna bring it to you, no matter what it is. Let me scoot over. Give my man.
Tighten it up, keep it tight.
You know, it's a little tight.
So Get Money Records, we in the building. We like to bring in the new talent, up and coming talent. Well, they've been out for a while, but we want to shed some light on these dudes, man. Bring them to the table.
That's what we here to do.
Bring them in the pit that don't give a shit, you know what I mean? Fuck Your Opinion, what it do? Happy New Year's, it's New Year, right?
Happy New Year's. Last time we talked about 2020 is a year clear vision, baby. Yeah. So we're gonna talk a little. We got a special episode. I don't know if you're used to listening, used to hearing us talk about different topics for sports, entertainment, music, media, whatever the fuck. We bring it up and we go in on it. Since it's a special occasion, we got some special guests. This is gonna be basically a little bit about music and since we consider the old heads, OGs or whatever the fuck.
Something like that.
You know what I'm saying? And we got the younger generation coming up. We're gonna have a little conversation about music and whatever the fuck comes out. Because you know how this is. Anytime it can go left, it can go right, but we always keep it right here. Just off top, I listen to the music and I definitely like what I hear. As far as content. But something I always want to ask younger artists that, and I'm going to ask a lot of artists probably the same question because I like to get different perspective. I was thinking, like when it comes to music, because I know you guys are musically influenced by more so a generation different than us. You know what I'm saying?
Some of them are.
I mean, but I can say, listen, musical influence for me is the people that you actually got in tune with when you start really being able to understand the music. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got young guys in their 20s, like, I got my inspiration from Tupac. For me, that's bullshit. Tupac died like 97 or 9. If you was born in 1995, which will make you like damn near 25 or some shit close to that. If you was born in 95, you really wasn't influenced by Tupac at the age of 3. I mean, some people were like, my dad used to ride around and call my people. But today's artists have a different level of influence. For me, the influences that I see a lot of guys dealing with now as far as music is the guys like the Cash Money, like Lil Wayne. You know what I'm saying? People don't know Lil Wayne fucking 40 fucking years old. Yeah. So for the generations of rappers that came up and that's now in their 20s, the guys like Lil Wayne, you know what I'm saying? The guys that y'all listen to more so in the generation of when you was 15, 16, 17, those are considered, more influential rappers. Yeah. But the thing that kind of is on my mind now about the younger generation when it comes to rap, like, do you guys feel like music is more influenced by the culture of the hip hop is now, or does the music influence the culture? Because when we came up, music influenced the culture.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We came from guys that, and I'm not saying nobody can, the wordplay and all that, but we came from, it was no social media. Yeah. This shit is new, even to us. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. When we came up, a motherfucker heard your demo.
Yeah.
Before you even got a fucking record deal, motherfuckers had to hear you somewhere and go, yo, that shit sound like some shit I listen to. Let's bring them up and see what we can do as far as artists.
Yeah.
Guys in your age, you know, I don't know how old you brothers are. I'm sure y'all in y'all 20s, y'all ain't all received and graded up and shit.
What it's like,
Yeah, but nowadays, you guys can build your own image before you even give it to the people. You see what I'm saying? Like your music's already sound like it's fully completed.
It is.
Before you even get to the level of, okay, let's sit down with A&Rs, let's sit down with music, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, what do y'all find, like, where's your influence in music today? Or do you feel like the culture influences y'all more than the music
The
itself?
culture 100%. If you go to anybody and you ask them what's it going to take to be a successful artist, they're going to point you to something that has social media, how to get your numbers up, how to make it seem like your brand is popping compared to any other brand because the market's oversaturated.
Right.
I came in there, I'm 26, so I came in, Jay-Z was kind of passing the baton to Lil Wayne, Drake kind of sort of thing.
Right.
You know, everybody was saying Jay-Z's the GOAT, but he was, you know, on his way out. And then you got Kendrick who's doing this. They put Kendrick on this like he's the lyrical guy. And then J. Cole was the next guy, and then Drake's this other guy. So they put them in these three categories, and everybody else just kind of fell under.
Right.
And I feel like, I mean, nowadays, it's whatever's hot. You gotta go what's hot.
Right.
It's a culture. It's like the drug dealer used to, you know, tell you his perspective. Now you get in the drug addict's perspective.
Right. Right.
It's a lot different. It's not the same perspective at all.
Right.
I was telling my man, like, you know, back in high school, everybody I know didn't have straps back in high school. Now they in high school, everybody's strapped up.
Right.
It's a whole different culture.
So, right. Right. Exactly. Because that's
culture influences everything.
Right. So, I mean, what's your take on it?
So, when you're talking about social media and the way that came up, it created a problem in the game right now, and it's that you can't be phony, but you have to project a life that people will realize they're supposed to fuck with. So a legendary quote, and it comes from a guy we know, he's a big head in the music scene, Dexter Fizz. People won't know they're supposed to like something until they know everyone else likes it.
That's what it is, 100%.
And that's it. That's the game. That's the culture right now.
Yeah.
Is you have to make sure that people know they're supposed to like your brand. They're supposed to fuck with you, and the followers will come. We were talking earlier in the car about how exactly we're going to work out our business and how we're moving forward into 2020. We call it 2020 vision. You said the year is seeing clearly. The basic idea of all of this is that we need solid products. You said our music sounds like it's already at a level and we're not necessarily fucking around with the rest of the extraneous shit that people say you need. Well, the idea behind that is your product, that's the only thing that's going to let people know they're supposed to fuck with you.
Right.
It has to be consistent over time.
I mean, because, like, I look at guys like, because it was a recent little beef, I don't know if you heard, but it was a guy, that's a new rapper, I forgot his kid's name, but he was signed to Meek Mill. Right, and Blueface.
Yeah,
and Blueface was on social media and telling him, he was like, bro, because, you know, Young Lova was like, yo, I'm going to go pay my grandmother's dialysis. I'm going to go buy my mama a car before I buy a chain. Blueface was like, yo, bro, it's all good, but people want to see you rocking the chain. They want to see the flash nowadays because you got to bring them in.
But you can't be phony.
But also, and Blueface was saying also, he was like, your deal, you know, everyone was worried about Blueface's deal because he was signed to Birdman. He said he didn't know about his deal. But Blueface was saying, in your deal, make sure you got enough to do this too. Your deal should be able to cover you getting your mama house, but you're also going to have this image too.
Right. And I mean, and then, you know, us looking at guys like him, you know, he get money, whatever the fuck. Money's not really a conversation to poor people, so what the fuck can I talk about his money? But as far as skill-wise, he fucking sucks to me.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. Blueface, you rich, you got, you know, you're dripping or whatever the fuck, but you're white. You can't even stay on fucking beat. But, you know what I'm saying?
And that's his opinion.
Yeah, that's my opinion.
Fuck your opinion is solely our opinion. If you don't like our opinion, fuck your opinion.
Right.
We are all entitled to our own opinion.
Take this for opinion right now, and it kind of goes into what we're talking about, the state of the game in 2020. What we were aiming for a long time was something that me and G like to call baby rap. And as you can tell, we're in a transition period in the hip-hop industry. You know, we have people like Juice WRLD, Odin. We've seen a variety of deaths from X to the rest. The idea is that baby rap was never sustainable. It was just hot. Pay attention to that. And so this shit is moving quicker now. We're moving from the era of legends where they really laid down the groundwork for us to work. Well, now shit moves so quick You pop, you die. You pop, you go to jail like 6ix9ine. And as you were saying earlier, we were fucking around. 6ix9ine might very well still have a career when he gets out.
I'm pretty sure. I've said it.
That trajectory is changing though.
It's changing. That's the end of baby rap.
It's changing.
So what you consider baby rap? When you say baby rap, what you consider?
All right, so we saw Crisscross, right? That was an era of baby rap.
Right.
And history repeats itself.
Gotcha.
So all of a sudden it
So
came.
you talking like the Littles?
We got Lil Pump.
And I call it
Gotcha.
microwave rap too, you know, like it's
Yeah,
quick.
yeah.
Like how you
It's
heat it up
quick.
in the microwave.
Right. Everybody's little now.
Everything is quick. It's just quick.
Yeah.
It's quick. It's
Because
what's
it's
hot.
supposed to be what's hot. It's supposed to be what's trending.
So is you consider younger generation in the game? Do y'all feel like it puts any pressure on you guys?
Hell
No,
no.
I do because I feel like I'm in the middle of both. I feel like I grew up conscious enough to know what was actually dope. Then I'm seeing what the younger dudes really are vibing with, and I'm seeing how. But I'm trying to stay neutral. So it's almost like I gotta be a chameleon and wait until it's the time to show what I can do and what my skills are. Because as far as getting your skill set to be seen, it's gotta be seen in the right light. I can't
Just
go to
know
young dudes.
what you're saying is 100% correct. But just know when it's your time to bubble, you bubble.
For sure. That's true.
You know what I'm saying? When
That's
it's your
true.
time to bubble, you feel it's your time to bubble, you bubble. Because like you said, right now, man, the rap game is going in a lot of different directions. And we were talking about this earlier when we met up earlier. For those that don't know, Get Money Records, we're going to be doing some different things coming up in the past couple weeks. We're going to be working with these gentlemen. We're going to embark on a whole new adventure. And we're going to make some big things happen. Our goal is to get away from that bullshit rap.
Yeah.
Even though the bullshit rap is getting money, I ain't knocking niggas to get money. I respect people who get money. But I want to get back to that feel-good music that real hip-hop heads and people out here spending their money deserve to get.
Sure.
There's room for that right now.
There's a lot of room.
I like
There's a lot of
variety.
room.
It needs to be more variety
It needs to be more variety.
than just the same type of shit. To me, it's like everybody sings more now than just straight rapping. So it's like more melody than just. But I think you can do all of it. But it seems like it's more catered to one direction. Like somebody like the Baby, I like the way I like it because he just raps.
Because it's hard.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, I like it. You know what I'm saying? It reminds me like the DMX kind of movement somewhat now.
I mean,
I
the way
understand.
the Baby came
I can
out
see
was
that.
like, I'm the greatest rapper ever. What I got is hot, and no one can tell me otherwise.
But see, the Baby, I mean, I like the Baby as far as artistry, but I also look at the fact of controversy, because he was out for some years until he had the shooting at Walmart, and then he ended up on the face of everything when somebody said, hey, this is an artist, he shot and killed somebody, he got away with it. Next thing you know,
but
It's like Steph said, it's
bubble.
time to bubble.
He found his time to bubble. He got in when his time was to
he got
bubble, my nigga, and that's what it's about.
Yeah,
What we want to do though, and I think I know for certain these young brothers are going to do it. I know for certain Zay 301 is going to do it. Young Kilo is they not going to wait till it's their time to bubble. Time is now. 2020, we coming in with clear vision. It's just time to make some moves, man, and that's what we're going to do. I got a question for y'all, because we talked about this earlier. We were talking about Andre 3000. 3K, all right? Pretty sure we talked about it, and we touched on it. How do y'all feel about Andre 3000 saying that he's basically not putting out no more music because
he feels uninspired.
he feels uninspired to get a fan, and the fans want him. We want you, 3K. We want you, bro. You know what I'm saying? We need some new substance, man. How do y'all feel about it? What do y'all think about that, man? Because I know Andre. I know y'all fuck with him. Sit back a little bit down. I'm looking right at your forehead, and then I'm saying trying to talk to you. Niggas. I mean, how do y'all feel about that? You know what I'm saying? We talked about it earlier. We did, us three.
Yeah. So there's a song that Andre has with Erykah Badu, and we all agree here that something.
She fucked it up. She started it. Erykah Badu. I want some of that pussy, but I don't. Because you'll have a nigga wearing motherfucking
Eating tree roots and shit.
That's his opinion.
That's my opinion. Only my opinion.
Your opinion.
But I ain't my opinion on wanting that pussy. I want, you know what I'm saying?
Who you saying, bro?
But check this out. So they made a song called Hello, and Andre opened up that song by saying what I believe to be one of the truest quotes, modern day quotes you can get in rap. He says, okay, challenge. Leave your phone unlocked and right side up, walk out the room without throwing your bitch off balance. And when you think about that line, and you think about where Andre came from, and as you said, he had a huge transition after he met Erykah Badu.
Huge.
You know, debatably for better or worse. One of those two.
He lost a lot of fans.
He had a transition there to where he is one of the few old heads that all modern day rappers and all modern day fans seem to fuck with and respect. He's got Frank Ocean features. He's got features with goddamn everyone. So if he was smart, and granted he probably is smart. He knows
he's definitely smart.
A little bit more than us, I would say.
Yes, he's doing something right.
I would say this is a prime time for him. And maybe that's exactly why he doesn't fuck with it. He's just an offset dude.
Well, he just can't handle the pressure.
Again, that was just the pressure that he
can't handle the pressure.
Maybe he can't handle the pressure, but maybe he was just saying his time of doing it, you know, like there's a lot that goes into it. He's not with Outkast anymore, he's doing his own thing. You know, like just putting something out there could sustain his legacy the way these people are nowadays. They were like, oh, Andre fell off.
Yeah,
Andre's whack. Andre lost it.
And they're waiting for
mess up his, and they're waiting for. They don't have that to really say about him right now. But at this point, I mean, people are really looking to see, you know, the holes in your armor before they're willing to give you your roses while you're.
Well, they start off critiquing you.
They start off.
You know,
I mean, now as far as critique, the album that he actually produced with Big Boy was the platinum album that they had. People don't. I mean, I watched the whole Organized Noise history and the whole documentary. The only album that Organized Noise didn't produce from Southern Cadillac, Playing Music, whatever the fuck, AT Aliens, all of those albums they produced. The one album that got the Grammy was this song. I mean, the actual album, The Love Below and Speaker Box
with Big Boy.
That was the great album.
I'm sorry.
I mean,
So therefore, with that being said,
that's sad.
It's hard to get back to that.
That's sad though. I mean,
You're trying to get back to that point. Everyone's trying to get to that
That's
point.
a little sad.
They on Big Boy.
No, because Big Boy, he's a whole different art. To me, in my opinion, Andre moved into more of the musical side.
And that wasn't a rap album. That was like one rap song. And
Exactly. So that's why I say it's sad.
But he actually moved into the. But I'm
That's
saying
sad.
he listened. But as far as his thinking, he wanted to move into a direction where it was more music.
Yeah.
Than about just making rap songs.
Yeah.
The creativity. Now I love this Love Below because I go in the depth of each of his songs and the creativity put forth. I like a lot of the beats. He started to a point rapping off beat.
Yeah.
To a point where it was on beat. He wouldn't even rap over the drum or the snare. He would go off something else that you wouldn't even imagine being a four count.
Right.
So he started thinking. To me, he started thinking so far out of the box that he didn't even know how to get back to it. You know,
maybe that's where he's at. Maybe he don't know how to get back into that box. I don't know. This is what I want to say. 3K. Is it 2K or 3K?
3K.
I'm fucking with you. I want you to stop being 2K and get back to being 3K. I want that old school back. I want that old thing back. I want some of that Southern California.
He ain't gonna give it to you.
He also said he had a problem with the fact that people be ghostwriting him. Say he writes all this.
Well, I understand. That's
that
fine.
brings a different element.
Listen,
they're not doing
so we're talking about the fact that they got a lot of great albums, okay?
Yeah.
And the fact that the one joint they got was Speaker Box. They got the motherfucking Grammy. That's fucked up.
Well,
listen, from a hip hop rap fan, I'm saying that's fucked up because
again, our biggest hip hop artist is credited for expanding the game and trying new things.
I understand. I'm not mad at that. I'm just saying
they might have been too far ahead of their time.
They definitely were ahead of their time. Let's not.
Well, shit, he was.
Yeah, he was.
Big always keep it.
Big Boy keep 100.
You can always see.
Came out after all that.
Yeah.
Big Boy and Sleepy Brown new joint is hot. Check it out.
But I mean, like
I'm bumping it.
Big Boy's definitely been branching out. Like, he's been doing.
No, I mean he never let the things. He never let it stop. You know what I'm saying?
Because a lot of motherfuckers think that Outkast is Andre 3000.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? They forget that motherfucking Big Boy. They had something on. They were interviewing Big Boy a couple weeks ago. And Big Boy felt a certain way because it was a little white group or I don't know who the group was. They different type of music. The newer generation. They got I forget what the fuck they even call them. I don't get down with this shit, but it is what it is. They didn't even know Big Boy was really a rapper.
No.
So Big Boy's son, one of his sons played ball, I think, in Georgia, or he's a running back. Played college ball. Another one of his son do music. He called his dad. I was like, Dad, yo, do you hear this shit? Like, they kind of going on you. Like they feel like you're not even an artist.
But
and Big Boy was like, look, son, I ain't tripping. See, I got something for these niggas.
But that goes to the dynamic. See, and what I understand about, well, from what I understand, but from what I look at music, the more dynamic you are, like you said, the bigger your audience. Because people gonna look at you as, okay, you're a rapper, but when you show a whole different side, and it still has the quality, like you talking about, then they start to, gravitate to more of a different thing, because that becomes the problem. Andre 3000 stood out in the group more than Big Boy, because when he started wearing the motherfucking the little wild shit with the hot pants and the motherfucking pressed hair, and he started coming out, and everybody was like, yo, what the fuck is this? But then from the music industry and outlook, they're gonna look at that like, yo, this motherfucker came from a direction I ain't even think.
Sounds like the same thing as the 6ix9ine talk.
Right, you know what I'm saying? So they're gonna look at it like, yo, this shit is hot because it ain't what we used to. You know what I'm saying? And that goes back to what you guys were talking about, like product. When you start putting product and things together, and then you feel like, okay, as far as rap or whatever, the actual term of hip hop rap, we got that shit pressed, locked, boom. Whatever we drop is fire on the rap level. You might think, all right, well, I want to take it over here. I want to see what I can do.
Yeah.
In this genre, I want to see what I can do with this sound. I want to see where I can take this. And then people look at it. I mean, most artists, that shit go completely off. They're like, I don't want to hear that. Like step by step. People, it is people that feel like step. Like, man, I don't want to hear that weird ass.
I'm not hearing.
I'm not. But I don't knock it though. As far as a broader scope of the music industry, that's what people look for. You know what I'm saying? People nowadays, because nowadays you gotta, as artists, as yourself. People look for the weird.
For sure.
Like my man here with the wild hair, they be like, yo, both of them, they got the shit wild. But then when you come in the room, they say, yo, the kid with the wild hair, we gonna see, he got something about him. We like the, because this is how record executive talk. We like the guy, we got you, you're good, you're great. But the guy with the wild hair. Then if he come back and this shit cut low and he got a couple of, then they like, yo, the fuck happened to the wild hair? Right, you know what I'm saying?
I thought you was that nigga with the
wild hair, right? You know what I'm saying? So,
well, I don't know if y'all remember, but years ago, Neptunes, they had the girl Kels.
I love the Neptunes.
They had Kels in the background singing all the bomb music with the vocals.
The
hair was all crazy. That was one of the biggest questions they group got. They making all these monster hits, bomb ass beats and more. Like, who's the chick with the wild hair? To the point that Pharrell had to put it in one of the verses, like, yo.
No, that was Pusha T.
Pusha T too.
They asked about who's the chick with the wild hair.
Yeah, Pusha T did it. Well, he did it in the main joint. Real quick, tell everybody a little bit about what y'all got going on, man. Y'all doing any tour? Have y'all done tours? Any songs out? Where the songs at? Are they on, X, Y, and Z?
I got you to hop off and just really transition on this too. We represent Big House, and so what we've done is we've thrown events. We have a yearly history of throwing New Year's shows. We've done Thanksgiving shows. We've helped the homeless. What Big House is doing with Get Money Records is exactly what you were just talking about. We want to diversify the music game in our area. And what's interesting, we've been talking about social media. We've been talking about how to do things differently but effectively. Something that me and him do very effectively is we stay the fuck off of the platforms that we don't need to be in. See, the spot nowadays and how we move nowadays is not so much about we have to do every single thing in the game. You are gonna burn out. It's about picking your spots intelligently, carefully, and then executing when you have them.
Sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here. You know what I'm saying? Well, hey, listen, words of wisdom. You know what I mean? The man ain't got that wild ass head. Don't think he just out here treasure trolling on some wild shit. Your man got
so look,
Facebook family. Take
YouTube family.
Take notes. You know what I'm saying? These is young cats that's out here letting people know that. And it comes to the point where people say, stay in your fucking lane. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, once you stay in your lane and that shit really opens up, bang. Then you don't have to be anybody.
You don't have to be nobody else.
You know what I'm saying?
Artists on artistry level.
Open up.
Yeah.
As artists, entities, I got the artist Joshh G, and this is Young Arthur.
I'm Young Arthur.
Young Arthur, Joshh G.
Joshh G.
Sometimes I got yell because for the people in the back.
As far as just Joshh G as an artist, I mean, I've been rapping since 2016. I've dropped 3 projects. The first one was Getaway Island. The second one was The Way to Infinity. And the third one I just dropped November 13th is Euphoria.
Is this on like SoundCloud?
The Way to Infinity and Getaway Island are on SoundCloud. I don't have them on all platforms because they were, experiments.
Right.
But Euphoria is on all platforms. You can go find it.
It's Joshh G.
Joshh G.
Joshh
space G.
Check it out, man.
Check it out, man. Euphoria just dropped. I think it's the hottest project out just because, again, it has every different type of style you could ask for. It's creative and it's just unique. I mean, I'm trying to show people that you can stand out in today's music scene and still have your own unique.
So y'all produce all the music or
production? I mean, as far as people I met, I just met. I mean, some people from Ghana that were sending me beats.
Yeah.
I mean, I've worked with people. I'm trying to work with people all around the world. I mean, I got someone from Nigeria.
Well, Kata Boy.
Yeah,
check that out.
I got some songs that are just pretty crazy. I mean,
real quick, how can they follow you? What's your Instagram? What's your handle?
Instagram, just Joshh, just 2 underscores and Josh 2 H's, and Twitter, just Joshh, just_Joshh.
And I'm Young Author. I've been in the game a long time now. I got my start. I played in a funk band, and I played the trumpet. And back then, when I got my first paycheck, I really realized how this industry can go. And we're talking about a 14-year-old rolling around with money that he didn't even know what to do with. So I started planning. So Young Author, that came off as a whole brand and a whole artist to represent my ability to rap, my ability to sing. And I do all of that really at a level that I can't even recognize,
That's what it is. It's how, and spell it out for them, because, we got some illiterate. Some motherfuckers might put Y-U-N-G author.
Let me spell it out. YOUNGAUTHOR. I'm Young Author, like a young dude who writes books.
There you go. So, and because you know what, I would just one thing that kind of made me feel good this year about, as far as the generation you guys are music, I don't know if you know, but YBN Cordae, he got a Grammy nomination.
Yeah.
And when I really started listening to his music, because when I first seen him, I said, oh man, he on that same shit all the youngers on, the trap, synthesized, super over, But then when I started listening to his shit, I was like, yo, the kid he's good. You know what I'm saying? He's not being what the game wants him to be. He's being true to himself. And the kid got a Grammy nomination, and he's from this area. And that definitely shows that, even for those who listening, you don't have to be something that the industry makes you to make yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because it was recently, you always will. I like to bring more recent topics. Gunna, everybody know the rapper, the new dude, Gunna. He talking that super. He with YSL and what's my boy? And let me say, and Young Thug. Young Thug, I give him credit for this because Lil Baby told me something that kind of inspired me as far as the thinking.
Did he call you or text you?
Who?
Lil Baby.
No, it was an interview. It was an interview, and he was speaking.
You watched the interview?
He was big. I watched the interview.
I thought he interviewed.
I wish I did. It would have been here on Fuck Your Opinion. But he was speaking.
Lil Baby, we need you on the show, goddamn.
Fuck Your Opinion live.
We need you on the show, baby. I fuck with Salute.
He was talking about how Young Thug took a lot of young guys from the ghettos or hoods of Atlanta and was paying them to come to the studio. Like, yo, get off the block. I'll pay you to come to the studio just so I can keep you under the wing where y'all can do something for yourself and your family, which I thought was a keeping it 100 fucking move.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For somebody in his age group to look at the younger guys and say, hey, I'm going to support you guys and put you out there. But Young Gunna was just seeing, they had some whole thing where he was on Crime Stoppers and he was talking about a situation where his cousin got caught up with some shit. And people were saying Gunna was snitching because it's an old show.
And I know the dude that's speaking with him, the dude Tech from Louisiana.
Because he said, yo, you basically talking about street shit on Crime Stoppers, but then you get on the radio and you the boss. You know what I'm saying? You the boss, you running shit. And like I said, it gives the impression of the younger, because the younger generation of you guys are the 14, 13-year-old guys is looking and say, man, look, yeah, Gunna, you know, because what they see is the flash. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
But then when you find out behind the scenes that these guys ain't who they are, that's how fast your fizzle is. But at this point, people like, yo, it's about the bag. I don't give a fuck if I fizzle out after a year. As long as I'm rich.
That's something that we were talking about earlier too. You can be anybody the fuck you want to be nowadays.
Yeah.
As long as you get in that bag, a lot of artists feel like it don't matter. You know, a lot of niggas know that they fake or they living a lifestyle that they're not used to living, or it's all about securing the bag and bubbling at the right time. That's how a lot of the artists' mentality is. But I don't agree with it. But man, look here, I don't never knock a man for getting their money.
No. But I'm saying as far as like my man was saying, it does. It should be game. It fucks the game up. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I like about it?
It fucks the game.
One thing that I heard that I just really dislike. I mean, everybody's getting it bad, whatever. But I was listening to this DJ. I wish I knew his name, but he was saying 6ix9ine is a genius because of what he did.
He should have been smacked in his mouth.
I don't think he was a genius whatsoever.
No.
By the way, this was a Spanish DJ saying it.
Horrible. He ought to be ashamed of
They
himself.
should be ashamed. They gotta stop saying that's genius.
He shouldn't even be allowed to spend nothing else.
Like some devil something is genius.
You remember we were talking about that underground world?
Yeah, by no means is that genius.
Because I mean, it came to fruition that he was basically being used.
It did, and plus it came to fruition that
he wasn't about none of the shit he was talking about.
So therefore, I wonder when people say he's gonna come out and make a hit and all that. I wonder what type of hit is he gonna make.
But the thing is, he got a $10 million deal just to come out with 2 albums in English.
That was
he got $10 million. He got a $10 million deal.
But that's because people know the money that he can make.
But and that goes back to guys like who put themselves in situations, because we had a serious conversation on the idea of Juice WRLD when we were like, why put yourself in that situation based on the people you're around, knowing that's not your type of shit? You know what I'm saying?
Yo, let me tell you.
But a lot of people do that.
A lot of people
that shit is 95%, 99% of the game probably.
Plus it changes, you know what I mean? You might have not been that guy yesterday, but a month after being on famous popular, you probably done
Not
some
much later, plenty of followers.
Let me tell
you wasn't the guy, you wasn't the star quarterback, you wasn't the most popular kid, but now you got the money, everybody's gonna follow you.
That's it.
Yeah. Alright, so it worked like this nowadays, okay? 6ix9ine pop, okay? Lil Pump pop. The whole industry is fucked up the way it is right now because of the consumers. The consumer base has changed. It's not the streets anymore. It's not anyone real anymore. You're talking about suburban, middle to upper class consumers. They could be Caucasian, they could be Asian, they could be Hispanic. My question is, would 6ix9ine work if he was a black male? Probably not. But the idea, Bobby Shmurda, that's prime example. The idea right now behind these fraudulent artists popping is that the consumer base is different. They're targeting people we never would have imagined. And if you are going to make it moving forward, you're gonna have to figure out a way to do that. Maybe not the way 6ix9ine did. You can call it genius. I don't think it is because the nigga's in jail. But if you do it right, it would be genius.
It's genius from but I mean, he's not a loyal person. He's not a real nigga. He's not real. But I'm saying the execution of it. I mean, he gets what he wanted at the end of the day. I mean, shit, he only doing
not with a target on your back.
Time out. George Zimmerman is still walking these streets. So at the end of the day, if George Zimmerman can run the streets, 6ix9ine can run the streets.
George Zimmerman is genius. George
Zimmerman ain't getting millions of dollars neither.
Yeah, but it ain't about the millions of dollars. It's the shit he did.
We talking about him on a money level too. Okay, George Zimmerman did some foul, fucked up shit that he should be dead or locked up.
Yeah.
Okay, we can't even really put Zimmerman and Tekashi. They both cruddy crime motherfuckers. All right. But Tekashi, go ahead.
George Zimmerman, when we talk about that, check out Money Dance on Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud. We shout out George Zimmerman. We call that motherfucker out. We shout out Cardi B. We shout out Patrick Mahomes. Check out Money Dance.
Money Dance, 2020.
Joshh G. Money Dance.
If that motherfucker get walk around, Tekashi.
No, I'm not saying that's different.
You can't. It's not. But you can't snitch on the people that he snitched on and walk around.
He'll walk around.
He already switched. People really don't
Because people don't even want to probably
he separated himself from those dudes before he even went to fucking jail. He had his own security. He had his own shit he was moving with before he even went to jail and had to testify against them guys. He was already start making his own moves in a separate direction before that whole he went to jail and snitched on him.
They're saying that he already was an informant prior to.
Yeah, they said he was.
So therefore, how do you know to separate when to separate the right time?
Because
the perfect
he
time?
knew.
Daniel Hernandez.
He knew when.
Daniel's his name.
Daniel.
Yeah, he knew.
Daniel knew what the fuck
He knew what he was doing. And the funniest
The
thing
nigga's
is,
name is Dan. By the way, we need to stop calling him Tekashi 69.
We need to start
His
calling
name
him
is Daniel. Hernandez.
Well, yo, my name, but first of all, my name is Daniel, so fuck putting dirt on that name. Cause I'm like,
Hold on.
fuck your opinion.
Your name is Toucan Dan.
Hey, it's short for Dane. If I
Your
gotta
name
fucking
is
buy
Toucan Dan.
this, you ain't throwing dirt on Daniel. Fuck
Look
me.
at
Hey, the nigga last name Hernandez. Throw dirt on that. Don't put my name in the fucking
And listen, let's get
Every
something.
Hernandez goes out.
Let's not listen. Everybody, all Hernandez ain't taking that beat.
No, but let me also say this. And this is one thing that transcends into the culture of today's, what you say, consumer. When Game had a beef with Tekashi 69, Game, at least I would say a year to 2 years before this whole shit happened, was calling the kid out on social media and saying, because he kept calling him Daniel, he was like, yo, you not built like this, you ain't a gang member.
Exactly.
This is not the type of people that you even should be around a culture, because that's not you. People was calling Game a hater, oh, you old and washed up.
Yeah.
Don't nobody
That's
want to hear
because
that.
of Treyway though. That's not because of 6ix9ine. That's because of
No, but
Treyway.
listen, what my man here was saying though, is the consumer was calling Game out and saying you hating and you washed up. It wasn't Treyway, it was the consumer.
But
that
at the
was
same
saying
time, the
that.
consumer at the time was seeing Treyway doing things that bought muscle with 6ix9ine.
But what I'm saying,
100%.
but the thing is,
They were seeing it. They were never seeing
But they-
bloods out here that was that powerful.
but they were
moving the
fooled
street.
by which was some. My thing is, if you had someone at the time that was trying to point out the truth of the situation, and the wave was so big that he kept hollering shock, 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 but everybody like, I don't see no fucking shock because they jumping in the wave. When the fucking shock hit, then everybody goes, oh shit, it's a shock. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, today's, I was going with my man said, today's culture is, we don't even want to hear the fucking truth until it's fully exposed.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? And that goes back.
But we're
At
gonna
the same
change that in 2020.
They were shooting. They were shooting.
We're gonna
at
change.
Keith, though.
Get Money Records.
They
We're gonna
actually
change that.
legitimately shooting at him.
But they had one nigga that shot a sign.
All right, well, I'm just saying. Everyone else he was beefing with, he pulling up. There's actual real beef. It's like a continuous story. But with the game, there was no further thing.
Right.
That's something else to look
Does
at.
it count
That's
as
the only
pulling
person.
up if you told about it? Does it count as pulling up if you told about it?
No, it doesn't
Or if you
matter.
hired another nigga to pull
Yeah,
up.
exactly.
No,
And
But
you're
people
not
see,
supposed to do it.
but it's perception. And people see
That don't count.
And that's
It
what
doesn't.
I'm just saying.
When it comes to
the consumer,
To the consumers,
it's perception.
In that day.
to the consumers it may, but to the G code. And see, the G code is a word that don't get thrown around a lot because people don't understand what the G code means. There's a lot of viewers that I don't know what the G code means. We're gonna get the definition to y'all real soon. The G code, that shit don't count.
But this is what we said about the shit. Remember we were saying about the shit with
Also, he's
Juice WRLD.
not a street dude.
The G code only
It's
works in the streets.
That's what I'm saying. That's street dude.
Outside of the streets, nobody gives a fuck.
Everybody
about
knew.
the
Everybody
G code.
knew. Wasn't
That's
That's not the consumer.
The
not the
consumer.
consumer.
That this nigga slapping records.
Well, see,
And that's why I say he's gonna
Yeah,
walk. He's gonna be fine.
Well, see, I disagree with you on that. We'll get into that another time. You see, the G code is passed around throughout society. You can take the G code from the streets and be a businessman and teach motherfuckers different ways and how to be a lot of different things, man. It's just the G code has been taken out of the game because the consumers and everybody's throwing so much fake shit in the game.
No, because listen,
the legacy
in business, there is no G code. In business, it is dog eat fucking dog. And that's when you got people in, like I said, a certain power and influence that don't know or give a fuck about the streets, they gonna cut you a check to act like you from the streets. Because they don't have anything.
They've been doing it.
They don't have anything invested in that part.
You're 100% right.
Don't want the streets.
They don't. The consumers don't want the
just
streets.
act like you're from the streets.
They want to see. They want to be close to it.
Where
They
the
feel as though they know
It's all
exactly
in the
what's going on.
tattoo.
Plus the exposure.
It's all
That's why the exposure is
just
not
don't
real.
get shot
The
at
exposure
because
because that's not real.
But see, this is the thing. Here at Get Money Records, we are the street. All right, the streets ain't all bad. Okay, the G code is alive and well, and it will be coming forth in the 2020. The G code will be full-fledged. Businessmen will know about it because without the G code, it's shit.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, right, it's dog eat dog. Okay,
And I'm
it's
saying-
true. Cut the checks, get money, live fake, live false.
But
You know,
amongst the younger generation,
we talking about pills. We talking about.
But
we
you
talked about that.
But you
because-
gotta think, in the younger generation, is no G code because most of the OGs or people that would say we followed on or passed on a tradition, they not really even there with these guys.
No, I understand that.
You know what I'm saying? That's like,
but
like,
what I'm saying
like the
is, right,
situation
we here now.
The situation with the
We
baby.
here now.
The
You know what I'm
situation
saying?
with the
We
baby.
got something for y'all artists. We got
listen,
something for you.
Much like the situation recently with the baby, right? The baby just got locked up in Miami, Florida for whooping the promoter's ass for shortchanging him on the check.
Yeah.
G code.
That is G code.
If I show up for my money, nigga, you ain't got to take this ass whooping. And whatever you got on you, we ripping you. But the business side of it say when you show up in Miami, we putting you in motherfucking handcuffs, and now you might have to pay the promoter for an assault. So that's what I mean by the business acumen in the streets become so far separated when you get to a point that you can't even do the street shit.
And that's why you don't want. And that's why they don't want the street. That's why they don't actually want the
And
street
that's what he was
motherfucker.
saying.
And most of the time, the street motherfucker is going to act on the shit. So
And that's what
So you gotta have motherfuckers
It's
that
too
can
high,
that they can
though.
act
When
it
you
out.
handling your business, you could really get a life sentence.
Exactly, and that's why we were talking about
The way
earlier.
the justice system.
You don't handle your own business.
You're not
You live by the
supposed
G code, and you got people who fuck with you, who love you,
Who live by the G
who
code?
live by the G
But
code
they
as
have
well.
But that's the point, though.
And they take care of
But the
business.
point is, they have to live by the
G code because otherwise you're going to
So
snitch on those.
listen, exactly.
You're
So
going to snitch on those things.
So
Who
how you
the
get
hell
the
fuck?
snitches, yeah.
life
That's how
lesson.
snitches
Stop
stop.
snitching.
Life lesson. If a motherfucker don't live by the G code, you don't be around.
Keep on
Yeah,
running.
you can't.
Okay,
Don't
if
keep
your
on
mom and your family don't live by the, and the G code can go way beyond just the streets.
Yeah.
It's a principle of life. If your family members don't live by the principle of life of being good folks, that's part of the G code. That's what the fuck we talking about. Stay the fuck from around them.
Let me give an example of that too. I want to take two names right now. We got 6ix9ine. Now imagine he gets out of jail and he gets killed. Now let's take Nipsey Hussle. He was killed. Okay? 6ix9ine learned. He learned the effect of not following the G code. Nipsey Hussle his whole life followed the G code. What legacy would each of them leave? And so you argue that the old heads are not in the game promoting this to the young heads. And perhaps that is true on just a physical level, on them talking. But baby rap is ending. Juice WRLD has OD'd. People are seeing that that lifestyle is not sustainable. What is going to fill it is real ass niggas that leave a legacy like Nipsey. That's what we're going for at Big House, and that's why we're fucking with Get Money Records.
That's what the fuck we doing here.
Plus,
That's what we about to do.
And you gotta be patient with that. You can't.
Yes,
You gotta be patient.
You gotta
I mean, it's almost like how J. Cole played Lil Pump. You know, Lil Pump came out off the break. Fuck J. Cole. Even went at J. Cole's show when they was screaming Lil Pump. He was like, nah. I ain't even getting to that. He was talking, and then he came out with the song. He was talking about, I'm not gonna dish you, little niggas. I'm gonna put you under the wing and show you that this is not the way how you create longevity.
Yeah.
Because J. Cole's music is going way outlive Lil Pump.
For sure.
Music. Because for real,
But
after
why-
Gucci
but why
Gang,
though?
we think,
But I'm gonna ask you why, and I'm gonna answer the same.
no, because he
lives by the G code.
Right, that's my point. My point is he
And
instilled
he
that.
ain't even necessarily
Guess
so
what?
street.
Let's talk about somebody else.
He
who's
just
not-
lives by the code.
Let's talk about someone who's not street, who lives by the G code, who has massive success.
Russell Simmons.
Russ, the rapper.
Oh,
Y'all
Russ.
know
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Russ by the G code.
Yeah,
Ain't
I
gonna
know
say that
him,
Russ
yeah.
doesn't abide by the G code.
I ain't heard who's
He
right.
done pulled up on people that he's beef with his crew, and beat on him. Wop Dad 4000, Smoke Perp. All those little pumps. They talk down on Russ. Russ and his crew approach them, handles them.
Well, and then what did I say?
Russ is white.
We were talking
He
earlier.
sells out everything.
Listen, we were talking earlier in the meeting we had earlier. Right?
But also,
And
Russ is white.
I don't mean
He's
nothing.
around a bunch of African dudes though.
But you know why?
But
Russ is white.
The protection, man.
Russ is white. All right, Russ is white.
He has the protection.
But again, he still operates on the G code.
Yeah, I mean, but listen.
And not only
Look at Lil
that,
Baby though.
He do.
He operated in G-Code. Look at him.
But listen, Russ
So he black.
It's a whole different.
It's acceptable sound.
Yeah,
No,
but
but what I'm
also-
saying is when you come to those levels of certain shit, they want to. It's just like people always have the Eminem thing, like, yo, Eminem, he's in the game, but the fact that he's white also gives him the ability to go beyond what the brothers would do in music. You know what I'm saying? So Eminem can come out and diss every motherfucking body, and they're gonna give him the he's white pack, because ain't too many people with the whoop on Eminem ass besides Nick Cannon. About the type of shit he say, you know what I'm saying? The brothers protect him.
that's because Eminem don't really go at niggas.
That's what I'm saying. Because he ride G code.
He gets by the G code. Plus he also
He doesn't
knows.
go bark on people he shouldn't be barking.
He don't bark on people he shouldn't bark on.
Straight up.
He's respectful, and I mean, this is what I want to say real quick, because we mentioned something earlier. Y'all made a good point about artists staying in their lane, right? One thing that we want to do here is we want to keep all our artists stay in their lane and do different kind of music. All right, so real quick, we gonna have artists, man, that are gonna do soulful music. From these gentlemen like right here that do different music, all type of music. You're gonna get everything you want under one roof.
I mean, especially for the DMV, because that is, I mean, as somebody who's grown up in, as we all have, in the DMV area, our music and sound that's outside of the DC area is always equated with soul. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the stuff that actually sticks.
That actually sticks. I mean, like you got Wale, booming, been hitting for years. You know what I'm saying? Wale has no street shit. I mean, he signed a fucking Maybach. Everybody on that song can rap about dope or selling weed. He won't rap about shit but sneakers and how his style is like selling weed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we have a perception here in the DMV that we're going to give you that type of, you know what I'm saying, flavor. We still have, God, what's my boy that? He was also signed to
Goldlink?
Goldlink, you know what I'm saying, Goldlink, from what I understand, he's in the industry and he's getting that type of love. You know what I'm saying? He wins. But no, what's the Fat Trail? Yeah, Fat Trail. A lot of the gangster rap in DC, for some reason, doesn't go as far as the I don't know what the fuck you call it, neo soul rap, whatever the fuck you call it.
Yeah.
They call it conscious
rap. I call it God body rap.
Yeah, I mean, it ain't whatever. But the DMV,
and I think Andre 3000 kind of
the DMV artists, we get more acceptance for that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't really look at it that way, but I mean, just me.
Because at the end of the day, you gotta think. I was telling them earlier, like from the go-go scene to the rap scene, something different. That's a culture thing. In DC PG, that's where most of you gotta give credit where credit's due. That's where most of the popularity is coming from. That's where most people are getting style from, and that's where the culture is based out of. But then again, look at Laurel alone. You got Anne Arundel County, Howard County, PG County. You can't say that the sound of the DMV is just the PG County if you haven't even tried to listen to the other parts.
And that's what the fuck we gonna get you right here. You gonna get Laurel, we gonna put Laurel on our back.
All Laurel, but then again,
we gonna give it to you.
To Laurel to a show that has the DMV sound that doesn't even understand that I have my own sound. But if I get it outside of the DMV, they'll be saying, oh, he's got the DMV. This is
the DMV sound.
Think about Logic.
How
come Logic's music is not looked at like it's
the
DMV sound? How come the DMV sound is only local music?
You know why?
And not the mainstream music?
Because Logic is white.
Okay, fine.
And let me tell you this. No
argument.
Listen, Logic is a
very skilled dude.
Yeah, he's skilled rapper.
Yo, homeboy can go. And I remember listening to him when he got on.
Good.
He started going to a Maryland University fucking radio station and freestyle.
Yeah.
That's how he really got his, crowd. But, and like I said, I mean, it's white. I'm not taking him like white is the only reason he sells, but we do understand that.
But at the same time, though, because he's white, let's just say this.
And I don't even know if
He's mixed, right?
He's mixed.
He's mixed.
He talks about it.
But
He talks about every damn song. But if you think about it, he just went a different route. That's what's simple.
And he had a hell of a
He wouldn't have been
producer
accepted.
team.
He wouldn't have been accepted if he was
producer,
trying to
yeah.
make gangster music.
Just like Flowell.
He would not have. He had to go that route. Like me, I gotta go a certain route. I gotta go and find the right resources to actually get heard outside of DMV, because DMV has their own sound. It's not the way on music sounds at all.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And you know, still got to talk to the people. Even though we talking amongst ourselves. If you an artist in the DMV, DC, Maryland, and Virginia, we all call it that because this area is so small, you can't just claim one fucking thing. I mean, I give credit to Pusha T. Pusha T always gives shout out to the DMV. He's
one of the realest.
He gives the shout out to the DMV. He will use word like Bamas. You'll hear him even throwing the lingo around.
Yeah.
But if you're an artist, just like taking from these brothers, Flowell, the artist coming up with my man Step Guy, take it as be yourself. Atlanta, they have their sound. If they gonna be the mumble rap, high bass, whatever the fuck, let them do that. Miami has its own sound. Because remember I was asking Danielle about this. We need artists to, as a conglomerate, I'm sure you know what the word is, on a bigger scale, to make this area, the hip hop, what it is on a bigger scale. Because we do have artists that travel around the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That are getting love as artists, but they're not. Only because I would say Wale and maybe Gold Link and what's the other kid with the high pitched fucking voice?
Shock Glizzy.
Shock Glizzy. They go to different places and get that recognition as the DMV. But we don't get that recognition as the music powerhouse. That's one thing.
But we about to though.
No, I'm not saying that.
But no, it has not happened.
That's something I'm looking for.
We about to make it happen. We got you.
It truly has not happened yet.
Right.
And that's the thing people gotta realize.
And we got you. We about to
I
bump.
mean, because once that happened, the floodgates open. Because everybody goes to Atlanta to find artists. All you got to do nowadays, if you got an iPhone to shoot some video, if somebody say, "Oh, that's Atlanta type thing," they go and run to it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Well, see, but that's
when everybody started making Atlanta music. So.
But know what I'm saying?
So that sound.
And you couldn't even tell who was from where.
Yeah, but see, this thing, I mean, we were talking about that earlier. How Atlanta, basically, you can go to. They got houses all over Atlanta where people just sitting in doing musical shit. They might not be dropping hits and making music, but they talking about it. They getting prepared to do it. And we want to do the same thing here. That's part of the reason why we come together. We bringing these brothers on the show. We gonna put the DMV on the map where it's supposed to be at, to where we got our own voice. That's our goal. And if you're an artist out there, be yourself. Bring your music to us. Come fuck with us. If you're a singer, rock and roll, jazz, musician, let's make the DMV pop, man. Let's make it bubble. Because we got some of the dopest artists in the world. Some of the greatest dudes come from the DMV.
And
Marvin Gaye.
Yeah, and I was going to say, not just artists, we have some of the dopest musicians.
Yes.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people, like even, I mean, one person that's always going to be recognized for doing a phenomenal job of bringing the music and culture, Chuck Brown.
Yes, indeed.
Rest in peace to
Godfather.
Soul.
Godfather Chuck.
The whole idea of go-go music and DMV. I mean, this is some wild shit. I was watching Blackish.
Yeah.
And they had an episode where they were playing go-go music on Blackish, and it was, the whole joke was, I forgot my man's mother. She was like, yo, I remember that time, because, you know, Black is supposed to be an LA-based thing. She was like, I remember that time you went to Howard, don't maybe flash back to the time you went to Howard University and came back and tried to throw everybody in Compton on go-go music. And you see him with the Howard University sweatshirt, and he got the butters on, and he out there, and then at the end of the show, him and Tracy Ellis gave a whole 5 minutes where you just heard, I forgot the name of the goddamn go-go song. But this is on fucking national television.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? So our sound
well, no, the go-go has reached, man. A big shout out to go-go. You can't silence them. They not gonna be quiet. We had a go-go podcast in the Get Money building a couple weeks back. I gotta get the brother back in here. But go-go is go-go, man. It's a beautiful thing.
But you know, it's just the roughest thing for artists out in this area to climb out of that. You see what I'm saying? Because it's a stigma. It's a serious stigma in this area. Because like my man said, Lord, you guys are not even Because you know people with DC, if you ain't got the 577 social security number, if you're not born in DC, you're not from DC. To me, that's ridiculous because DC artists travel out to counties, Howard County. They come out to Maryland and Virginia. DC artists don't just stay in DC doing shows. They go all the way out to Eastern Shore and do a fucking show. So you know what I'm saying? So you know it's getting past that label. You know what I'm saying? We gotta learn how to show support in the area. Yeah. We gotta support our artists. We gotta come together, and that's what the fuck we gonna do here. We were talking about something earlier. Usually on Fuck Your Opinion, we always speak on a topic and we go around the table. I want to throw out a topic real quick before we shut this down. Like I said, we brought these brothers on. We wanted to shed some light, introduce these guys and y'all on Fuck Your Opinion to our audience. And introduce their audience to us. Exactly. Because this is what we telling you time after time on this platform. Mm-hmm. This is a platform where we are going to show you everything that we have to offer, as in the DMV. This is not just, the three brothers that you see sitting here every week. Right. We want to bring in, brothers that can give you the game for the youngins, as we call them. You know what I'm saying? And take it to the left. I'm sorry to cut you off. No, you're good. What I wanted to say is, we were talking about something earlier today, me and the young brothers we met, and I'm gonna go around the table. I want to hear from y'all. We were talking about rap names, and we were saying, who do you think in the rap game itself, rap history, or even just making up a rap name, as far as what do you think the most powerful rap name that has the most substance is or could be? If you were to be a rapper or come out as a rapper and you wanted to have that one crazy name that you think just stood out, or even in the rap game itself, who do you guys feel has the greatest rap name that has the best substance and the most powerful rap name? And we're going to go around the table because I want to hear from all you guys. We'll go from left all the way back around because I got an idea of a couple guys that the rap name is very powerful. So it's something that you can think about real quick. If you ain't ready, I can skip. I'm ready. You ready? So you already knew I was coming in.
Yeah, I'm already ready. Look, earlier I said Logic, but I changed my mind.
All right.
I'm going with Ludacris.
Ludacris. All right, so
Ludacris, as far as the name, what it means, as far as his style, as far as how he came up and what it represents, that's what it was. It was Ludacris. Now, all of his words were stretched out. All of his videos were exaggerated. It was Ludacris. That's what appealed to people. So it really, I don't know when he came up with the name, but it was before the success.
I believe he was a DJ.
Yeah, he was a DJ. But
his name was Chris. His real name is Chris. That's actually his name. I think his name was.
So I'm just saying all that together.
Ludacris.
And the way it translated.
Brilliant. I like that.
That is some genius.
Who you got, Arthur?
So I'm gonna give y'all two. I'll give y'all one that's in the game and one that I think it's made up, but I think this is the greatest rap name of all time. So in the game right now, we're talking Pharrell because his name is For Real.
For Real.
It is a real name.
I like that.
And all the music he makes has that substance too. It's real music if you really look into it. Mm-hmm. Let's move past that, and this is really what gave me this idea. The best rap name in the game possible is Real. You are the artist named Real. All the music you make is real music. Every song you make is a real song, a real record. Real.
But what if it was real bad?
It ain't. It's just real.
I mean, but that goes point. You saying could the play on that? But like I said, it's a double-edged sword. It's a double-edged sword. What you got, Gotti?
DMX. I think that's probably one of the points.
DMX.
Even with the X at the end of it.
Well, let me ask you this. Does anybody actually know what DMX stands for?
Dark Man X.
Dark Man X. Really? I like that.
But the X just gives it that X.
When a nigga say X is coming, oh shit, nigga. X is coming. You know what I'm saying? Like, X is coming. Like, oh, what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I I like that name.
DMX, I like that. I like that.
For me, the greatest rap name, I got two. For two different reasons. The Punisher, best rap name ever for me.
I like
Because the Punisher,
I like that.
no matter when they came, if you was freestyling, if you was anywhere and somebody, yo, I got this dude called, he called the Punisher. It makes you think automatically, yo, this comes dude gonna
fuck it up.
and fuck, he gonna bring some ill shit. He really gonna bring some shit. He's gonna punish with, and it was perfect because his play on words when it came to the Punisher, he got anything. You know what I'm saying? Just the part of his album when he had the little Puerto Rican kid all fresh, he was like, "Yo, Punisher should be taking everybody out." It was a superhero, but at the same time, it has such a play on words that you could just fit it anywhere. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Capital punishment. He had a song called Punish Me. Big Pun. You know what I'm saying? So it has such a, Biggie, that was cool, you know what I'm saying? But it made a name for itself. Yeah. The one of my greatest is Tupac. And the only reason because it was two goddamn syllables. And it was the dude's real name. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? His name, Tupac, sounds like two words. So when somebody say, "Hey man, it's Tupac," people like, "Damn, is that?" Yeah. For a while, I seen two and then Pac. So I was thinking, well, damn, is it two? Then when you come out, you find out his real name. It's Tupac. It's Tupac. Yeah. You like, well, goddamn, and for me, that was his real name. Yeah, his real name was Tupac. Amaru something. Shakur. It's Tupac.
I don't know that. I don't know that.
Tupac. It was Tupac.
And so it was.
I gotta look that shit up.
For real, bro. But
we're our facts guy, facts man.
But what I'm saying is, for something to stick in your mind is a very simple, you know what I'm saying, name. It just had it. Tupac.
Oh, it's definitely something you'll never forget.
Right, but the Punisher, that was my number one. My favorite rapper of all time is Nas. Nas. It was really his name from Nasir, but Nas, he had to build his name up in lights. I won't give it to Jay-Z because Jay-Z had 3 different rap names before he was Jay-Z. He was Iceberg Slim, and then when he got with Jazz, then it was Jazz and Jay-Z. Yeah. So it wasn't, but like I said, me, Punisher, and motherfucking, and also, I'm gonna sneak one more in there. Group, Havoc and Prodigy. For Mobb Deep,
I like that name. Yeah.
Mobb Deep, Havoc, Prodigy.
That's very strong name.
And it stuck to who they were. You know what I'm saying?
What you doing like a talk?
Yeah, because we have rap. I mean, it's not just nigga name.
Yeah, he went Taco Tuesday on this.
No, I did Big Pun.
You did
Tupac. So that's cool. But I'm just saying that was a rap group. You know,
my man Greg said Ice Cube.
I like that,
because he cold and his lyrics cold. And my cousin said she didn't know his name was Tupac. His real name was Tupac. See, now you learned something today.
I didn't know that either. I didn't say that.
His name was Tupac Amaru Shakur.
All right. Earlier we were talking about me and the Young Bloods. And actually, I like the group Young Blood. That was a good group name since you.
Yeah, they was.
Since you had like 5 names.
That was. Man, I had 4.
We Taco Tuesday in the middle of the
Taco Tuesday in the middle of the podcast.
We go left, we go right, but we gonna still keep it right here.
Earlier, I said the game because to me, I mean, Slim is in the rap game. The game don't change originally as far as
any game.
The game never changes. If you're in the game, you in the motherfucking game.
Right.
So that name to me is really powerful. It's definitely between the game and Notorious.
B.I.G.
I mean, when a motherfucker say Notorious is coming, you know what I'm saying?
But listen, that's the only reason I know that.
And he was notorious.
But the only thing I go about that is his name was, he changed it himself to the Notorious B.I.G. But his name was Biggie.
Well, Biggie Smalls is amazing too.
Yeah. I mean, that was
my dog's name was
Biggie Smalls. It's kind of crazy.
Biggie Smalls is the illest.
But he actually took that from
a movie.
He took it from a movie. That was an actual movie.
Car wash or something.
Yeah, from a city party game type.
One of those two.
Yeah, but it was one of those black exploitation movies.
And since you had 4, you know what I'm saying? Fuck it up. Scarface is a dope ass name. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Scarface. What you got, Pharrell?
Flow
Real, not Pharrell. Flow Real.
I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm gonna be a little different.
I know you always different, nigga.
I'm
Come
gonna be a
on.
little different. So I'm gonna say Absol from TDE. That's Top Dog Entertainment.
Okay.
Name Absol is like, who the hell is that? Like, makes you just want to go look him up. So he
Absol.
gonna get you just on his
I don't even
name.
know what the fuck that means. Absol. I don't even know if you live in the cities.
What does it mean?
I'm not sure what it means. I'm just saying, but it makes you gotta go look it up.
Absolute, right?
Absolute.
So is that it?
No. I'm gonna say my second one, and I ain't gonna do like 4, but
No, you ain't gonna do 4, nigga.
I'm the old red. I do fucking 4.
Hey, we taco too.
For real.
I mean my second one. I mean he's not the greatest rapper in the world, but Exhibit. He should have gave that name to a better rapper.
I mean, that's a good
Something
name.
came out. Oh, he's a good rapper.
Yeah, that's a good. He was a good rapper.
Back then, you could actually.
He was good.
That is an amazing rap
A
name.
lot of you guys showed up.
Listen, Exhibit is top 20 rap names.
That's a great name, yeah. Exhibit.
It has to be.
That's top 20.
I'm just gonna throw this out there. One that I just kind of slept on. Nipsey Hussle was a good name.
That's amazing.
That's a good name.
Amazing.
Really good name for
Nipsey
someone,
Hussle.
what he was doing.
I mean,
It's
fuck.
like,
He took it from Nipsey Russell,
but it's
I got
Hustle.
Oh,
Yeah.
so his real name was Nipsey Russell?
No, it's an actual black entertainer.
Yeah.
His name was
Nipsey
Nipsey
Okay,
Russell.
okay.
So he took it with
Nipsey
Nipsey
Hussle, and he became famous, and he made it about
from
being
the hustle.
hustle.
From the I got you.
That's
now.
pretty dope.
Okay.
I just like when an artist lives out the meaning behind their name.
Now this is the wildest shit to me, as far as rap names. When we start getting to a point where people could just actually use their real name,
Kendrick Lamar.
like Kendrick Lamar. For me, that was one of the dopest moves because he's like, what's your name? What's your rap name? Kendrick Lamar. Well, what's your fucking real name? Kendrick Lamar. They like, well, certain shit you just gotta, that's why I say, that's why I like Tupac, because Tupac he had a fucking name before some shit like that.
Yeah.
But, you know what I'm saying? When you can take your actual name and just say, fuck it, this is my name, I'm gonna make my name what it is. You know, that's what I say. You always get, but to me, like I said, Big Punisher, man, the Punisher, Big.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
Punisher.
Yeah.
You know, that was just.
You know who else we didn't say? And I'm not surprised we didn't say it because he kind of faded away through all his legal problems. The nigga Mystical.
Oh,
Yeah,
Mystical. That fucking name is just.
okay.
That is that's a real powerful one. The whole motherfucking No Limit has some amazing Fiend. Unfortunately, Silk the Shocker.
I don't know about Mr. Serve a lot.
You should.
What about Dr.
Should.
Dr. Dre should.
Mr. Serve one?
Mr. Serv
Yeah, that.
Cain and Abel.
Yeah.
I mean, damn, Master P.
My favorite. And shout out to my
Gotta be
favorite,
that nigga.
Soldier Slim. That was one
Soldier
of my
fucking Slim. That was my
BG,
nigga right
you know what I'm
there,
saying?
boy.
Juvenile.
Bun B.
Yeah. Pimp C, Bun B.
I
That was,
can't believe I'm gonna say this out of my mouth, but Chief Keef.
Chief Keef was a great name for that.
Chief Keef was a
Really good. He was a
It was Chief Keef
Waka
was a
Flocka.
Yeah, Chief Keef.
And listen, we can go on and fuck your opinion. This is why
we gotta wrap this up, man.
We're gonna wrap this up. Like I said, man, check these guys out one more time.
What's our handles?
Joshh G, man. Joshh G, JOSHH space G. You can find me again on Instagram, Twitter, any social media. I just dropped my project Euphoria. Go
Check
get
it out.
that. Check that out. It's dope.
you heard it. We're gonna go out on it because we came
It's
in on it.
fire, man. You're gonna like it a lot.
You know, I'm Young Author, life's a book, and I'm the author, and I've been writing this shit. So you can follow me on Instagram at Young Big House. You can follow me on SoundCloud at Young Author. You can keep me on Spotify, Money Dance, Joshh G, featuring Young Author. Shouts out.
Check these brothers out, man.
And
Check them out.
And real quick, they're gonna be working. We're gonna be working together, Get Money Record. These gentlemen right here. We got Young Zay 301 coming up next week. We got a lot of artists, man, that we bringing on the show, do interviews. We're gonna have these guys around us, man, on the shows, podcasts. If you want to do a podcast, reach out to us, man. Come on up in the studio, do a podcast, man. Shout out to everybody. Don did a top 5 and top 10 for the people that have been posting the most on the page, man. Shout out to you.
Oh yeah, they gave me hell about that.
A lot of niggas gave me hell, man. You know,
hey, I'm just going off.
Hey, man, numbers don't lie.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
numbers don't
Hey,
lie.
post more.
We need you, man. We keep telling people we need your support. We're trying to grow this thing into a big and
We're gonna grow it up.
conglomerate.
We got the Filthy One coming up. She's one of my female artists. Of course, Young Kilo. We got my producer right here, Flowell. For real, right? Flowell. Yeah, so
In the building.
we in the building, man. Get Money Records, fuck your opinion. We got the guys over here, and we gonna make it happen, man. If you don't like what the fuck we saying or doing, fuck your opinion.
Fuck you, okay.
I will play some music unless she's about to die.
It is? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I might. It's still on. Let me see if I can get a little life out of something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's go.
Can I get a little plug real quick?
Of course.
Hey, I was just courtside at the Wizards versus Heat, and this shit is always on my Snapchat. Follow me on Snapchat at IamDarius. IamDarius. You're gonna see exactly what the fuck we doing here with them and us.
There it is. Once again, thank you for tuning in. As always, Steph, you got it?
I'm trying like a bunch.
Fuck, we out of here.
Post banger.
Bang Bang by Joshh.
How about Post banger?
Post banger is good.
We just want to throw it on.
Young Arthur,
My
Post
shit about
banger.
to die anyway, so it don't make it.
Let's go ahead and wrap it up. Cause if it,
Check us out, goddammit.
check out Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday. Thirsty Thursday.
Yes, sir.
Back again in the pit with the fellas. You know, we're gonna take it out.
I don't know why I'm back here, but now she back there with the
Check out my man K-Nail too. K-Nail just did a video. Check him out.
Chain mail, tell a brass nigga play fair. Ain't fair for the brass nigga stay here. Drop top, let it air for the name there. Pop rock, let it crack for the flavor. Sun top like a whack nigga stained hair. Name drop, eyes locked for a number. Low drop, Nash dive like a plumber. Ask my questions, burning fuel like a hummer. Matchbox, only find these views in the summer. City shows and trippy hoes. City shows and trippy hoes.
That sounds good, baby. We're gonna make it happen, man. Yes, sir.